about my journey. I was diagnosed with diabetes 4 years ago, and my doctor said to me, so you're going to be taking metformin, and this is what you're going to be needing to do. You'll see me 3 times a year, and that's it. It was such a quick consultation. I just sat there and I thought, oh my God, I need more than this. Is this it? And I felt like just a number in the system. And I went out and I sat in my car and I had to process everything. And I thought, well, I'm not this person. I just turned 50. I'm going to travel the world. I need to backpack. I need to climb mountains. I'm not doing that with metformin. I don't want to be sick. I've raised my kids. I've done everything I needed to do. This is my time now, and I can't be getting sick. So I'm going to look at this as a blessing. And I realized that, and I did a lot of research for myself, and I realized that, God would not put you on earth without the solutions green and ground. As I researched, I realized also that I need to share this, because I got well. I'm standing here today, and I don't take any medication. I don't take any medication. I do my yoga, I do my exercises, and I really eat green and ground. And I want to share this with you guys today. All these metabolic diseases have one core aspect, which is inflammation. If our bodies are inflamed, we get the diabetes, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, autism. Autism is not so much a mental disease as it is a gut disease. 1 in 3 men in the United States are being born autistic because of what the mom consumed. So it's passed down genetically.
So now as you make that shift from this idea of what it means to eat healthy, and when we're saying that, we've got a lot of young people in the room as well, people at different ages, people at different stages in their lives. Not everybody's eating for disease as such,
exactly.
Right? What does it mean to eat for optimum health?
Right.
What does that look like? What is that about? Maybe you can speak a little bit to that.
Okay, so I'm going to just engage you with some products while we chat. And I'll just tell you what my kitchen cupboards look like and how I live my life. And when I decided to make the change, I thought, oh my God, this is so overwhelming. I'm not going to be able to do it. I have a life. I have a business. And you think, and we all have those underlying commitments. Although my 2 kids are raised and out of the house, you're still a mom and you still have stuff to do, right? And even in South Africa, if you just drive down John Foster Avenue or drive down Rivonia or in Brooklyn, where are you going to get something unless you go to Tasha's? And you can't go to Tasha's for a juice that's $50 5 times a day, right? You can't eat at Tasha's for 200 Rand a shot 3 times a day. Tasha's is nice once a week, but I couldn't afford that, right? It's not practical, it's not doable. So how do real people live? My dates with me, I just put it in Ziploc bags. I have my apple cider with me. I didn't bring the turmeric, but we all know that it's that yellow spice, right? So apple cider and vinegar and turmeric helped change my cells, helped reverse my diabetes, because it's a very good antibiotic apparently. The turmeric has beautiful bioavailability. Bioavailability means the ability for it to absorb into your cells. And
you say that we make up of cells. Sorry to interrupt you, because I know you always got these snippets of information that are useful. So how many cells are we made up of?
So we are 300 to 400 trillion cells in our body. Try to comprehend that, okay? If you walk through a real-life imaging machine right now, and all you could see was your inside, you would just see cells. And we are bacteria, okay? We are full of bacteria. And this poses the question, are we bacteria having a human experience, or are we human having a bacteria experience? I think we're bacteria with a just really nice, pretty shell, having a human experience. Because if you had to know what's inside of you, you'd be in awe, okay? And we need to feed our bacteria, okay? That we'll talk about gut with the next question that's coming around. We need to feed our bacteria so that they don't consume our nutrients, right? Because you can be eating all of this healthy stuff, go to superfoods, roots and fruits, swipe your card, 3,000 rands, come home, go to Solgar, buy the best vitamins and everything. If it's not absorbing, you've just wasted all of it.
So one question on this idea, we talked a little bit about living longer.
Yeah.
And like we said, a lot of people here, or at least their children, will be living much longer. And we talk about these so-called blue zone communities.
Yeah.
If you can just touch on that and how these people eat. Like we say, there isn't a way to eat. You can only learn different styles from different communities. What have you picked up from that?
Okay, people lived to 100, 120. Eritrea, Italy, Loma Linda, California, Japan, Costa Rica, okay? And the basis for that was, in Costa Rica, they eat beans and squash. In Italy, it's fish, it's plants, it's a Mediterranean diet. Apparently, wine digests your greens, the phytonutrients in the plants, okay? But so if you're having like a lot of greens, they say it's okay to have a glass of wine because it helps and gives you and enhances your metabolism. The Japanese, fish and sweet potato, okay? Costa Rica, the beans acts as fodder for the bacteria. Remember, you have to remember these are your pets. So every time I wake up in the morning, like, okay, what am I feeding my pets? Garlic, ginger. So I go, I take this apple cider vinegar. I take my turmeric, take some some ginger. Make sure that I keep my microbiome gut healthy, because the diversity in your gut is so important for a healthy outcome for your cells. So what you guys are having now, chlorophyll. I know it stinks. There's no other word for it. It's gross. Just down it. Down it like you would down a shot. You don't have to be sick to be having this. It's got 70% more protein than chicken. All the antioxidants for your blood and your brain. Like, why wouldn't you, right? So you can buy this from, also the quality of it is really important, okay? It's a blue-green algae. And I really like this brand because it's a reputable company. This is 300 rands. I bought it at Roots and Fruits or Walida Farmers Tea, wherever if you're from Joburg. Pretoria, I'm sure wellness. But this lasts me like, 2 months. So it's not expensive stuff. Discam, yeah, Discam. Like, just look out for this brand because quality is important, right?
Cool.
And then your brain, just for your brain, guys, coconut oil is really, really important in Arizona. People are losing their memory and going into memory care centers at the age of 25. They don't call them old age homes, like literally 7 memory care centers in a row because of the processed foods. They did case studies where they gave them coconut oil, 1 teaspoon for 7 days. You start getting your memory back by 7 to 10%. So this is key for your brain. So I take this and I mix it with cocoa, the cocoa nibs over here, and then you just add some nuts. And then that becomes like a Ferrero Rocher chocolate bar, like chocolate, like literally. Because I don't know how to down this. It's after a couple of days, it's just too much for me. So just mix it with chocolate, put some almonds, make it into little balls, and then buy that little pretty paper, put it in your fridge. Your kids won't even know they'll think they're eating Ferrero Rocher chocolates, and you're giving them coconut oil. Don't keep these in your car, okay? Don't keep these in your car. Keep nuts in your car, okay? You don't have to buy the Nature's Choice brand. They were a sponsor. Just go to the local Indian shop, buy the whole 1 kilo, Fordsburg or whatever, or your local Greek guy. Take 1,000 rands, 100 per pack. Come home, split it up with the kids, and everyone's got their. I don't buy these. I don't use these at home because these are like $30 a pack. It's expensive. So it's just to show you guys, right, that you can live your life. You can change your world. Another thing, oats is really important, because it helps with your blood sugar levels. Don't have to be diabetic to be having oats. Have this with your chia. Put blueberries on it. Have something blue and red every single day, because it helps with your brain, okay? In our brain, in our forebrain, there's a thing called beta amyloid plaque. At post-mortems of Alzheimer's patients, they found that they had beta amyloid plaque. How can I explain this to you? You know, like the rust on the bumper of a car? And you take it to the car shop and you say, get this rust off or change the bumper. Well, how you remove the beta amyloid plaque in your brain, and you can't see it, is with the antioxidants and your blueberries. So I always buy these from Woolworths, like Bible. I just make sure I can drive around with them. I had some today. This was part of my morning snack. Removes the beta amyloid plaque in your brain. If you have too much calcium in your brain, then it also causes dementia, leads towards dementia. So these are not diseases that we're like even thinking about. There's so many silent diseases. Like I was talking to somebody the other day, actually an uncle of mine in Mozambique, he's got Parkinson's. And he said, oh, hi Shane, I heard you're doing diabetes, and can you help me with Parkinson's? I said, I can. I said, how's your diabetes? And he said, oh, everyone has diabetes. It's like the flu. I said, yeah. By 2020, 1/3 of the world's population will have diabetes. I was in the United States 6 months ago and I walked into a supermarket, we had just landed. I needed to get some vegetables. And they said, so on aisle 9, get all your diabetes requirements. And they were saying what's on sale and what's available. And Samir was with me and I'm like, what? Did I just hear that? He goes, yeah. And aisle 9 is all your diabetes requirements and aisle 10 is all the Coke and all the junk and all the chips. And right at the back of the store, because that's how they do the marketing, keep all the good stuff at the back, is your vegetables and whatever. And I just went in to get vegetables and stuff. So it's so common in the United States that they're even selling your diabetes aids in a supermarket. Exercise also, what I learned recently from my research, the yin of exercise is yoga. The yang of exercise is cardio. So I was doing cardio, but my body wasn't changing. And then I realized, hold on a second, something's wrong. Yoga is such an effort. Then I decided, let me do 10 minutes of yoga a day. Just 10 minutes of yoga on my mat is changing my body. Okay? Yes, I use a lot of the traditional medicine modalities. Oh, and come to me. I am in the Walida Center, 453 Main Road. I'll help you because when I went to my nutritionist 5 years ago and I said I'm eating well, she just looked at me because eating well is relative. I didn't know, right? Some people don't eat salad and they say, I'm eating well. So come to me, let me help you. I'll do a full assessment on you and that is my gift to you. But you gotta want to do it, okay?
Thank you, Shane.